Hey people, so I'm going to be starting my channel and you guys are going to guess based off what I'm talking about as my intro to this video. So for this video, I'm going to be talking about the introduction of the modified Atkins diet. But let me be clear, you guys don't need to watch this intro because it's pretty boring. Because it's going to be a whole explanation. So I'm going to read the papers that I have with me and I'm going to explain it to you and why I'm reading this. The modified Atkins diet, aka MAD, is a variation of traditional ketogenic diet, or for short, KD, used for seizure management. The modified Atkins diet was created as a more palatable and less restrictive alternative to the ketogenic diet. The modified Atkins diet should not be confused with the Atkins diet, which is commonly used for weight loss. The goal of MAD, aka modified Atkins diet, is not weight loss. The goal of modified Atkins diet is the same traditional ketogenic diet, which reduces or eliminates seizure activity, maximizes each patient's growth and nutritional status, and achieves increased congestive and socialization. Paragraph 1. Paragraph 2. The modified Atkins diet can be initiated at home after the patient and caregiver have completed the modified Atkins education and registered dietitian. During the visit, you will learn what foods contain carbohydrates, fat, protein. Carbohydrates is bread, fat is butter, and protein is eggs. How to read nutrition label and calculate net carbs. Beverage choices, which following the modified Atkins diet, vitamin supplementation, meal and snack planning, modified Atkins friendly companies and products, how to check for urine for ketones, how to prevent side effects and troubleshoot diet challenges, where to find credible information about the modified Atkins diet. Modified Atkins diet overview. Initially, children are restricted to a specific number of grams of carbohydrates a day. This number will be determined by the registered dietitian. After the first month, your neurologist and dietitian will slowly advance your carbohydrate intake based on tolerance of diet and seizure control. The modified Atkins diet is very high fat. Fat should make up half of total calories. In order to achieve this, fats must be consumed with every meal and snack. On the modified Atkins diet, there is no limit on the total calories, protein, or fluid. This is the one difference between the traditional ketogenic diet and modified Atkins diet. For the first month, you are expected to fill out the blank log attached at the end of your packet. This will require you to track of what your child eats and drinks daily, seizure activity daily, urine ketones at least twice a week, weights weekly, and side effects, GI complaints, and illness as applicable. These logs will be reviewed at the first month follow-up visit. After 1 month, your neurologist and dietitian will let you know if you can monitor these things less frequently. Fats, proteins, and carbohydrates. Most foods are a combination of fat, protein, and carbohydrates. The amounts of fat, protein, and carbohydrates provided differ among foods. On the modified Atkins diet, you want to increase the consumption of foods that are made up mostly fat and limited foods with high amounts of carbohydrates. On the modified Atkins diet is not restricted. High fat foods increased on the modified Atkins diet. Oils, canola, olive, peanut, corn, sunflower, and soybean. Butter and margarine, full fat. Mayonnaise, full fat, regular. Cream, heavy cream, whipping cream, sour cream, full fat. Fatty meat, bacon, salami, pepperoni, bologna. Cheese, brie, Gruyere, Monterey Jack, Munster full fat avocado. High protein foods not restricted on modified Atkins diet. Eggs, poultry, chicken, turkey, turkey bacon, and duck. Beef, steak, hamburger, beef jerky, sausage, hot dog, and meatloaf. Pork, ham, Canadian bacon, hot dog, ribs. Fish, cod, flounder, haddock, salmon, tilapia, trout, tuna, oyster, shrimp, clams, crab, lobster, scallops. Deli meat, turkey, chicken breast, ham, beef, pastrami. High carbohydrate food, severely restricted on modified Atkins diet. For breads, bagel, biscuit, muffin roll or bun, pizza, tortilla or wrap, waffle, pancake, cereals, and grains. Pasta, rice, quinoa, barley, bread, bulgur, oats, cousins, granola, grits, millet, pulse, and wheat. Starchy vegetables, corn, peas, potato, plantain, squash, crackers and snacks, popcorn, pretzels, rice cakes, chips, beans and lentils, hummus and falafel, soybean-based proteins, edamame, tofu, tempeh. Fruits, all fruits. Milks and yogurts, cow's milk, rice milk, almond milk is an exception, soy milk, exception basically, sweets and desserts, brownie, cake, cookies, donuts, pastries, pie, pudding, ice cream, sorbet, frozen juice bars, candy, condiments and sauces, most condiments, sweet and sour sauce, syrup, jam, jelly. Net carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are measured in grams. The grams of carbohydrate, a food can be determined by reading a nutrient label. When determining the number of carbohydrates in a food, you want to calculate the net carbs. Calculating the net carbs sorry, I got lost. 1 second. Carbohydrates are measured in grams. The grams of carbohydrates a food contains can be determined by reading a nutrient label. When determining the number of carbohydrates in food, you want to calculate the net carbs. Calculating the net carbs allows you to subtract fiber, which is not digested, for a total amount of carbohydrates. This will allow you to maximize your intake of carbohydrates. To calculate the net carbohydrates, take the total carbohydrates and subtract the dietary fiber. As you can see from this picture, this is exactly what it shows. It says on carbohydrates 10, but dietary fiber it says 2. So 10 minus 2 is 8, which means there's 8 carbohydrates in this photo right here. Net carbohydrates was tracked throughout the day on the modified Atkins diet. Nutrient labels can be used to help plan your meals and snacks. The information provided on the label will allow you to calculate the net carbs in your food. In order to calculate the net carbs, you must review the serving size, total carbohydrates, and dietary fiber. Check the serving size on the label. All nutrition information provided on the label is based on the serving size. If you plan to eat more or less than what is the serving size, all of the following nutrition information must be adjusted. Look at the grams of total carbohydrates provided in the serving. Remember, if you're planning to consume more or less than listed serving size, this number must be adjusted accordingly. Look at the grams of dietary fiber in the serving, provided in the serving. This is typically found directly under the total carbohydrate. Time to calculate the net carbs. The formula for the net carbs is total carbohydrate in grams, dietary fiber in grams, as you could also see from this picture right here. Use the nutrition label to calculate net carbohydrate content. Use the following guidelines. Read the label to find serving size. The value listed for nutrition on the label, such as total fat or sodium, refers to the amount of nutrition found in one serving, not in one container. Notice the total fat content. For ketogenic diets, the number should be higher, as in fats. Look at the total carbohydrates. The total carbohydrate value. In the food label to the right, this food contains 18 grams total carbohydrates in 1/2 a cup serving. Subtract the dietary fiber from the total carbohydrates to determine the net carbs. This example, net carbs equals 17 grams. This is basically what they are talking about based off this photo. Remember to keep track of your intake of net carbohydrates throughout the day. To ensure, do not surpass your prescribed allowance. Sugar alcohols. Sugar alcohols, mannitol, xanthol. I'm sorry, I do not know how to read those words, but who cares? Must be counted as carbohydrates. We allow you to subtract the grams of fiber from the total carbohydrates, but you cannot subtract sugar alcohols because they absorb like carbohydrates. There are few exceptions to this rule. You can discuss with your registered dietitian. Not all labels will include sugar alcohols, so be sure to check the ingredients list. A quick trigger is that sugar alcohols, and in example, those words I can't say. I don't even know how to say them right. Is it safe to read the nutrition information on the front of a package? The answer is no. Many products are labeled low carb on the front of the package, even though the total carbohydrate count is high. Always read the nutrition facts label on the side or the back of the product. For modified Atkins diet, you can subtract grams of fiber from total carbohydrates, but like they said again, not sugar alcohols. Can I trust the label that says 0 grams of carbohydrates? If an item has less than 1 gram of carbohydrates, it's reported as less than 1 gram. If the item has less than 0.5 grams, it will be rounded to 0. Therefore, a product could have up to 0.5 grams of carbohydrates per serving and still say 0 on the label. Foods without a label. There are many foods we consume that do not come with nutrition facts label. The most common foods are fruits, vegetables, and bakery items. We are beginning the diet may be easier to purchase frozen fruits and vegetables since they come in a package and have a food label. Be aware that some packaged food may contain additional ingredients like sauces, preservatives, or flavorings that have carbohydrates. There are a variety of apps that you can keep on your phone to help you track the amount of carbohydrates in specific foods that don't have a label. Calorie King, MyFitnessPal, Carb Manager are common ads for modified Atkins diet, which you guys should check out if you're on one of those kind of diets that I'm reading about. Hydration on modified Atkins diet is extremely important. Many people do not feel thirsty and forget to drink fluids. Staying hydrated can help you maximize the side effects of your modified Atkins diet. Your registered dietitian could provide recommendations for fluid intake. Low carbohydrate beverages you may want to consider include stevia fruit flavored water, clear plain water, Fruit 20, Nestle Pure Life Natural Fruit, Powerade Zero, decaffeinated coffee or tea, club soda, clear broth, bouillon. Read the label to make sure carb-free. Heavy cream, 36% whipping cream, Gold Peak unsweetened iced tea. As with any food product, we always recommend that you look at the nutrient facts and to see if there are any grams of total carbohydrates. Sugar substitutes. Sugar substitutes need to be used cautiously because they may contain hidden carbs. Aspartame or products containing aspartame are not recommended. You can use Splenda and saccharin or something. However, you need to count each serving as 1 gram of carbohydrates, regardless of whether the nutrition label reads any carb. Stevia can also be used. Free foods. On the modified Atkins diet, a free food is a food that has little to no carbs. Example of free food include fats such as oil, butter, mayonnaise, heavy whipping cream, 36-40%. Proteins such as eggs, poultry, fish, or shellfish. Meat, including red meat, pork, lamb, venison, and veal. Processed meat such as ham, bacon, salami, hot dogs, and other luncheon meats may contain some carbohydrates. Always read the labels. Vitamin supplementation. A daily multivitamin alkaline with vitamin D supplement should be taken daily to prevent vitamin and mineral deficits. Low-carb brands include Centum, Nature Made. Speak with your dietitian if you have questions about finding the appropriate vitamin supplementation. Plan ahead. You may find it helpful to plan your meals for the week and shop with a list. You will find most of your foods around the perimeter of the grocery store. This is where you'll find vegetables, meats, fish, poultry, and low-carb dairy products. If you have a favorite recipe, purchase enough to make extra. Leftovers can be refrigerated or frozen for future meals. Make sure to read the nutrition label on pantry items, such as brands will have more carbohydrates than others. Examples include broth, extracts, horseradish, hot sauce, mustard, salsa, soy sauce, and salad dressing. Your shopping list should be produce, avocados, spinach, cucumber, lettuce, celery, cauliflower, eggplant, blueberries, raspberries, strawberries. Frozen, veggies, fish fillets, chicken wings. Canned, tuna, salmon, chicken. Meat, bacon, turkey bacon, turkey bacon, ground beef, chicken wings, chicken thighs, breakfast sausage, salami, pepperoni. Dairy, sour cream, almond milk, cheese, eggs, heavy cream, butter. Snacks, pork ribs, sugar-free Jell-O, sugar-free ice pops. Condiments, Hormel bacon bits, mayonnaise, salad dressing, tomato sauce, horseradish, sucrate, hot sauce, mustard, capers, pickles, olives, pesto. Baking, olive, canola oil, coconut oil, MCT oil, unsweetened coconut flakes, Splenda, or other artificial sweetener. Deli sliced lunch meat, sliced cheese. Low carbohydrate substitutes, which interestingly did not exist about 18 years ago. Bread. I don't want to get into the list, but if you have any questions, write it in the comments down below about this. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.